Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to do today's video because we're going to be talking about basically like how I became a makeup artist and how you can get started to becoming a makeup artist. So I'm so excited to really share this video because I know that a lot of you have been asking me a lot of questions on how I got started and some tips that I can provide for anyone who wants to get started in this beautiful makeup community world. And I'm super hyped to do the video today. So I do have some screenshots of like messages that you guys sent over on Snapchat. So I have a lot that I can go ahead and go over and answer them all for you guys. So thank you all so much for sending me all your questions. It really means a lot to me knowing that you guys really want to know how I got started and how you can get started. So let's go ahead and start off with the very first question. When did you know you wanted to dedicate yourself to the makeup world? I think my whole life. And I'll try my best to keep my answers really short. For me, I feel like I wanted to dedicate it actually a couple of like months ago actually. If you guys all know me, I've had a lot of jobs. If you guys personally know me on a personal level, I've had different types of jobs that I just was never happy. I was always so miserable at my job because I would always sit there and like help my customer out. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I was like, what video should I film today? Or I can't wait till this weekend to do makeup on my brides, on my quinceañeras. So I knew actually from a while ago that I really wanted to just dedicate myself with doing makeup. Question number 2, what was the first high-end palette you owned? This is really easy because the very first palette that I actually owned was my Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. That was like my first ever palette that I really wanted, and I saw it at Ulta and I felt like Ulta was like the world, like it was just everything a couple years back, and yeah, that was my very first palette. Alright you guys, question number 3. How long do you have to be in school to be a certified makeup artist, and what school did you go to? So I get this question asked a lot. Beauty school, you guys, I'm gonna throw that out there right now. Beauty school does not really teach you how to do makeup. When I went to beauty school years ago, I took hair, nails, and aesthetics, and I took all 3 courses. I graduated at all 3. I know it's really weird because I don't do nails or hair at all, but when you go to beauty school, if you take all 3 courses, I believe it's like a year to like a year and a half course. Back then, I don't know how it is now. They really don't teach you guys how to do makeup at all. They only teach you like the basics, like color correcting, and then once you're done with the course, you get your certificate, and then after that you have to go to the state and take your state board test to get your license. So I think that's where a lot of people get the confusion from a makeup certificate and a license. So in the state of Oregon, you have to have your license to be able to accept money, do people's makeup at their house, do makeup at a salon, basically do makeup anywhere, and you're getting paid for it. You definitely have to have a license. A certificate, what that normally means, you guys, it's like, let's say if like a famous celebrity artist comes to Oregon and does like a makeup class, and then they give you a certificate just saying that you completed the course, that is not a valid license. That's only showing that you took the course, and it doesn't count towards like if let's say you're working at a salon and the state board comes in and says, hey, where's your license, and you show them a certificate, that's not gonna cut it. So that's how it worked. I hope that answered a lot of your guys' questions because I've always gotten that question. How do you deal with someone who doesn't like their makeup? So for me, I've been very fortunate that a client has never been like, oh my god, I hate it, take it off, like I don't like it. You know, I'm very glad that hasn't happened to me, at least in person. I definitely don't know once I leave, you know, the location or they leave my home, I don't know if they go and wash it out or, you know, fix a little thing, fix a few little things. But I'm always very honest. As soon as I'm done with their makeup application, I always show them a mirror. I let them know, hey, do you want me to add something more? Do you want me to take something off? That's really important when you're working with a client. You really want to make them comfortable and really ask those questions. And, you know, asking those questions from the beginning helps a lot, like kind of like having them show you a picture of what they want. That really helps me because I get to really see like, oh, you know, is that what you want? Like, do you like how dark the lower lash line is? Do you like those lashes? Do you like that wing that this model has? Just asking those questions really helps throughout the makeup application and really makes it go smoothly. The next question, you guys, do you have to have a portfolio for clients? And if so, what do you use? So for portfolio, you guys, I normally use and post everything on social media. So Instagram, Facebook, I feel like social media is so huge right now in the beauty community world. I feel like that's where everybody sees all of your stuff. And I am starting to do a lot more videos because a lot of people were all like, oh, she edits her pictures too much. Oh, she did this, like her client doesn't look like this and that and whatever. So I started doing just videos because I really want to showcase my work. I feel like my portfolio right now is really just like my Instagram and my Facebook accounts, and then you can also have a website. I know a lot of makeup artists that do have websites. For me, I feel like they're kind of pointless for me right now because all of my business is on Facebook and on Instagram and my email. Or you know, text messages, phone calls, and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's how I normally showcase my portfolio. All right, you guys, the following question is, what cosmetic products do you use on a regular basis for your kit? What I normally carry in my kit, you guys, is everything when it comes down to lipsticks, concealers, foundations, loose glitter pigments, palettes, foundations, blushes, primers. It's a whole bunch of stuff. And you guys, honestly, you can build your kit as the years go. My kit was super little. I think I can post like a little picture of here of what my kit used to look like about like 5 years ago. Super tiny. Everything was like from the drugstore, and that's also when I charge very, very cheap. So I have right now my kit, you know, gracias a Dios, it's been growing, and a lot of companies now, you guys, like Morphe, BH Cosmetics, they all have like really great products, especially for your kits. Like they have like those really nice palettes. They have a bunch of colors that you can seriously create so many looks. So you don't have to have like the latest, you know, $50 palette that's coming out that's super expensive. You know, you can seriously start off with like a $25 palette from Morphe. They also have really bomb brushes and super affordable. As the time comes, definitely invest in your kit. So what I normally do until this day, I still do, whenever I get paid from a client, I go and I buy makeup that I need for my kit. So that's what I normally do on a constantly basis, and it really does help your kit grow a lot, you guys. So be patient. Don't think that you have to go and splurge like $2-3 grand on your makeup kit. If you got the money, girl, then definitely do it. But you don't have to, and you can definitely, you know, go through other websites that have really, really great palettes and super affordable. Okay, what lashes do you use on your clients, and which ones do you recommend? So right now, I've been loving these individual lashes, you guys. I think these are from Kiss. I do have everything laid out right here for me, so I can literally just see and talk about it. But I do love the Kiss lashes. They're one of my favorites. My girlfriend also sells lashes. Her name is Isaura, and she sells A's lashes, which are mink lashes that I normally use on clients who prefer a fuller lash. Not all clients like that though, so I always carry my Demi Wispies all the time. Those are my favorite. I feel like they are super comfortable when it comes for a bride, because sometimes some brides that I normally have dealt with like very simple lashes. They don't like anything too crazy or too heavy. Especially for me, it's super important for my bride to be comfortable the day of, so we don't want like the inner corners popping off, because sometimes lash bands do that. Individual lashes have seriously been my favorite. They go from small to large, and they definitely don't fail me, so those are definitely a must in my kit. How do you get sponsored, or how do you get on the PR list for makeup companies? So that's also another question that I normally get a lot from a lot of you guys, and the answer is I really don't know. Se los juro, you guys, I really don't know. Just one day, you know, Anastasia Beverly Hills, you know, reposted my picture, and I started getting a lot of followers. And then I got an email like literally the next day, and it was their PR team, and they sent me a bunch of goodies. I also posted a picture here, and they sent me a lot of stuff. It was seriously a dream come true. And I think it's just like really just tagging the companies. Whenever you use a product, tag the shit out of them. You know, sometimes you might feel like, oh, I'm being so annoying, but no, girl, it really does work. And I feel like that's just basically what I've been doing. So that's why I say that Instagram, you guys, and social media is so huge right now. Whenever you upload that cute selfie, you know, tag them. Whatever lipstick you're wearing, tag that company. Whatever lashes you're wearing, tag them. And trust me, it does work. Do you recommend taking a makeup class or a makeup course if you already have your aesthetics license? Please let me know. I really want to look into other makeup classes. And yeah, you can definitely, you guys, your career never stops. I learn every single day from other makeup artists that I follow on social media. But definitely keep getting that education. To be honest, you guys, a lot of clients like to see that. They like to see that you're up with the trends and that you're still getting your education on, you're still being humble, and you're still looking, for other opportunities to learn and grow. So definitely don't ever think just because you got your aesthetics license or you're certified in this, like, to stop there. Like, keep going, because it only makes you, better and stronger. So definitely your education does not stop. It only stops when you stop. How many years have you been doing makeup? So I have it's been since, I've always done makeup throughout high school, middle school. But when I officially started doing clients was back in 2000, I want to say 2012 is when I officially started doing clients. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So about 6 years now. So I'm hitting on my 6-year mark, and I've grown tremendously. You just keep learning every single time as you go, and I've been doing this for 6 years now. I'm gonna continue with my journey and see where God takes me. How do you deal with negative people or negative girls that are in the same industry? That's a hard one because, well, not really. Back then I would think that it's a hard one, but now I am so focused on just myself, and I'm gonna tell you guys now, like, just because your neighbor does makeup, or your friend or your best friend or your cousin, whoever does makeup, does not mean that you can't do makeup. And that's the thing that I always stress about. It's like, who cares if they do makeup? There's so many heads in this world that need glam. So, definitely don't stop yourself from chasing after your dream, because if that is your dream, then definitely go out and get it. That's definitely not stopping me. I've had past experiences that really brought me down and really doubted myself, and even made me cry, because you think that you're not good enough, and because people say you suck, so now you start believing that you suck, and don't ever let that get to you. I've learned with this career that people are gonna hate no matter what. If you're doing good or if you're doing bad, if people see you doing a celebrity, they're gonna be like, oh, I could have done better, or blah blah blah. So definitely don't let people get to you. Forget about the haters, forget about people that say you can't do it, or forget people that say makeup is not a career, blah blah blah. Career, you guys can be very catty. Let me tell you that. You have to have really tough skin. And yeah, so don't ever let negative people get to you, and you just keep doing you, boo, and show people that that they were wrong, and prove them wrong. Okay, so the next question talks about prices. How much do you charge for your brides, your quinceañeras, or your clients? I would really like to know. I'm starting off doing makeup and I don't know what to charge. So that's a pretty easy question, you guys. I feel like if you're just barely learning, don't go and hit oh, I charge $100 for a makeup application if you literally just started. Because if you feel like you still need to learn a little bit more, don't go off and start throwing out crazy prices. I would say anything, you guys, from $25 to $45 is really good. A really good price if you're just starting. Once you give yourself a little bit longer to really practice, and you feel like you're pretty good enough already, and you see yourself improve so much, and definitely bump up those prices. Right now, what I normally charge is anything from $80 to $250 for a makeup application. Of course, it all depends if it's a special occasion. Sometimes I'll even throw out special deals for my clients. And I also take in consideration the prices that I do charge, because I do go to them. So gas is not cheap, you guys, and definitely don't be afraid to really ask for that travel fee if they do live 2 hours away from you. I had a client, I'm gonna share with you guys a story. I had a client that lived 3.5 hours away from where I lived, and my mistake was to never ask for a deposit. And when I went, I only ended up doing one person. So when I was promised 5, that was really, really bad. And I don't blame the person at all, because that's definitely my responsibility and I didn't ask for a deposit. It was a really bad and good experience, because I take anything that went bad good. So now definitely you guys remember to always ask for a deposit. A deposit is super important, because if they were to cancel on you, then you do have that money secured that you get to keep, because you know they did go ahead and cancel that appointment. So but definitely start very low when it comes to your prices, and then once you see that you've been getting so much more clients and you've gotten better, then definitely don't feel scared to bump up those prices, girl, because you also got bills to pay. What do you take with you when you do house calls? So when I go out to clients, I take a light with me. I have like 5 lights right here in my room. So I take a light with me because sometimes it just depends on the client's house. Apartments are normally really dark. So I know if I'm going to an apartment, I know for sure to take my light, because the house lights can be very like yellow. And the ones that I do have are LED lights. So it really makes it seem like we are outside. So that's why I love carrying a LED light when I go and do makeup, and even a makeup chair. If you want to take a makeup chair, sometimes a lot of people nowadays have like the tall chairs already, so you don't really have to take out your chair, but I always bring it just in case, because you definitely don't want to damage or hurt your back. Do you recommend working at a makeup counter if you are just a beginner? Funny story, I used to work for MAC and for Ulta. I personally didn't really like working there, and I'll tell you guys why. For me, I feel like when I was already working there, I already had my client base, and so when I worked there, I couldn't charge what I charged, and then I also felt like it was, it was more sales than it was like actual, you a one-on-one with your customer. And that's what I thought with being able to work at those companies. And unfortunately, it's just more about sales. You definitely do makeup applications on clients, but I feel like it's just not the same for me. I just felt like it wasn't for me. Great company, because I still, shop at those places for sure. I really wanted to work at a makeup counter, for the longest. And then when I finally worked there, I realized that it just wasn't for me. If you're definitely starting off, with makeup and doing clients, I definitely recommend to work at a makeup counter, because you definitely get that experience. You get to figure out what they don't and do like on their skin. You learn about skin as well, and makeup applications. They also give makeup courses as well. So you definitely get a lot of like discounts and like advantages to products. So I feel like it's really great if you're just starting off in the beauty world. I feel like that would definitely help you out. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I thought they were gonna say like 5 years, but 10, girl, damn. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Hopefully alive, hopefully healthy, hopefully children. I do want kids. If a lot of you guys have always asked me, because I've been with my husband for about almost 7 years. So we haven't been able to be blessed with a child yet, but I always tell my husband, like, I just feel like God has a purpose, and he knows when it's going to be time for us to bring a child in. And I know that kids always come unexpectedly, but I definitely would love to have children. Definitely already, having, whatever I want to do, or whatever path God wants me to be in. I feel like I would love to already have like my makeup academy, definitely own a home, go on vacation more. I mean, I don't know, but I know that I do want to revolve everything around makeup, but yeah, I hope that makes a little sense. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I went ahead and answered some of the questions that were sent to me on Snapchat. I know that they were not all answered, so I'm so sorry if I didn't answer all of your guys' questions, but definitely comment down below and I will go ahead and answer them all for you guys. If you have any additional questions for me regarding makeup artistry, or anything else regarding makeup, or anything about me, I'll definitely comment back to you guys. And just remember that to always follow your dream, never stop, because remember that your dream stops only when you stop. And I love you guys so much, and please give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell that does notify you every single time that I upload a new video. So I love you guys so much, and thank you all for all of your amazing questions, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye!